So this year has been hectic. We saw several class updates. We saw the world boss, the homie 2 mock. We saw the node showcase, which was really dope. And then just a few weeks ago, we got confirmation that Alpha 2 is confirmed for 2024. Bro, we're lit. Crazy thing is, we still have October, November, and December before the year completely ends, right? But does this answer the question? This year, the last year, why is everyone hyped for Ashes of Creation? Man, as someone who hasn't played Classic WoW, I decided to finally go back and give it a shot. I'm doing this to prepare for Ashes of Creation because I want to experience this world, and Classic WoW is great. Also, to learn more about good MMOs and what makes them good. World of Warcraft is always the first comparison when any new MMO comes out because it set the standard. In our current day, it's as if that standard is lost, and a lot of the MMO player base wants to get back to that. I'm not gonna bash on retail World of Warcraft or other popular MMOs that cater to the more casual player and dad gamers because there's a place for everybody, but it does seem as if most of the old school values have been lost. Over the weekend, I streamed Classic WoW, and I got to hit level 20 on my mage, and dog, it is easily the most fun I've ever had in an MMO, and I'm not even exaggerating. I've hit max level in New World, Retail WoW, Perfect World, played some Embers Adrift, RuneScape, Final Fantasy XIV, you get what I'm saying. None of those games though gave me that feeling I have when playing Classic WoW. This isn't to say that any of those games are bad, it's just a different experience. Stepping into the world, you have no idea where anything is, just like with most games. Having to open your quest journal and actually read and think about where to go really allows me to immerse myself even more into the game. When you have quest markers, you can make the argument that you really aren't taking in the world. I'd honestly be so surprised if most people told me that they were taking in the scenery rather than just trying to turn in a quest as quickly as possible with the quest marker. When you don't have that, you have to search, and during that search, you start to become part of what you continuously see over and over, which allows you to appreciate it more. I can't tell you how many freaking times I've gotten lost in Stormwind this weekend, only to now have some sense of where I'm going. I feel like I'm part of the world. Several people that I played with during my sessions encouraged me to add add-ons, but I refused to. I want the original, true experience because say I do add-on Questy or other quality of life add-ons, in my head, that's not what Classic really is. I understand that most people use them, but it's not my preferred way of playing. I'm truly going for the vanilla experience. When it comes to leveling, it actually takes time to level. I know there's studies on the dopamine that goes off in our heads when we feel like we've accomplished something, but in Classic, it feels like good dopamine. There were a lot of times during the weekend where I was tired, wanted to stop, but I wanted to push myself even more, not because of the dopamine, but because of the rewards that come with it. I finally got Blink today, bro. Right, I finally got it, level 20. I had to work for it. But I know it's only gonna get harder. If you don't have a game plan going into your play session, it can be easy to waste a ton of time. As I played, I eventually got to do my first dungeon, which was Deadmines. The dungeon wasn't too hard, but man, looking for people in the chat is what really made me excited. You're asking for help, and yeah, you may not get it all of the time, but when you do, you appreciate it that much more. And that really makes me happy. I was in Stormwind, and someone enchanted my chest piece for 100 health when I previously had it enchanted at 5, and they did it for free. People are in the city asking for help, and people are actually willing to help. And I think it's because of all the people that want to be there. Those are the people who are playing, right? It's wild to see. Again, this isn't to bash any other game, but the experiences are different is all. And I think that Classic has a very unique experience to it, which a lot of MMO players really appreciate, especially since a lot of them were around to play vanilla. Now, I'm referencing WoW simply because I've been playing it a lot recently, but Ashes of Creation is going down a very similar path. We know that we're not going to have quest markers and that we'll really have to be paying attention to the world. We know that leveling to max level is going to take at least 45 days, which is a huge grind, one I'm excited for. And one of my favorite pieces of Ashes of Creation is that it's bringing the social aspect to the forefront of the game, where you have to play with others to get things done. You have to talk to other people to get to where you want to be in the game, and you have to talk to other people in order to create those bonds that we're all looking for in an MMO. Now, I think things rarely live up to the hype because there's literally no end to hype. It's not the games, movies, albums, etc. fault for not living up to the hype, in my personal opinion. So do I think it'll live up to the hype that has been set for it currently? Probably not, but it doesn't have to. It just needs to do what it's promised to do, and through that, enough hype will be generated. A lot of people are calling Ashes of Creation the savior of MMOs, and that's a tall order. And as someone who still has so much more learning to do in this genre, I can't say for sure if it is or it isn't. But what I can say is that it's not shaping up to be like any of the current MMOs that we currently have, and I think that's a great thing. I love originality, and I believe that originality pushes whatever field you're in forward, or at least opens up some new doors and new ways to look at things. For Ashes of Creation, it's the node system, which allows the server to constantly change, resulting in no server ever being the same. These are just some of the pieces of Ashes of Creation. We still have yet to see the augmentation system, naval system, PvP system, and more. I also believe that the team working on Ashes of Creation really emulates developers that we really respected back in the day. A lot of games are just simply cash grabs and couldn't care less about their player base. There's a reason that so many people are playing classic WoW and not retail. The developers often are on the live development update streams with Steven, and just listening to how excited they are to show what they've been working on is dope to see as well. It seems they really want to make a good product here, and that's something that is usually only found in indie games today. When you put some great, cool, intriguing new systems into a pretty stale genre along with people who really care about a game, and this is stated by the founder putting up his own money, and the constant feedback that Intrepid Studios is asking for regarding Ashes of Creation, I think a lot of people would get pretty hyped themselves. With the Alpha 2 approaching in 2024, the hype will probably get even bigger, which is exactly why we're in this state of waiting for the game, because Intrepid doesn't want to deliver less than perfection in this day and age. I don't think that every new MMO needs to be like OG WoW. I just think they need to do what they do best, whether that's a node system or some other type of system, but they need to perfect that. I do think a lot of developers can get ahead of themselves when making these games because they are a big investment, it's a big time sink, and it's probably going to become your life at that point. Remember why you're doing this. Are you doing this for you or for the people who really love the MMO genre? When you get the latter, you end up with Intrepid Studios in a waiting room for Alpha 2 and Ashes of Creation. I really had a lot of fun playing WoW this weekend. I'm not even joking. It's been something I've wanted to do for a long time, so, you know, I gotta hit level 60 now. I just gotta do it. Relax. I'm still gonna try to play some other MMOs, I think. Bro, I'm just having mad fun with WoW. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me some time, okay? I see why a lot of people don't want to play retail anymore. You know what I'm saying? I see what it came from.
Well, let's be nice.
Yeah.
Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. How did you hear about Ashes of Creation, and what made you fall in love with what you think you'll get? Please let your boy know in the comment section below. If you haven't created an Ashes of Creation account yet, feel free to use my link in the description. Yo, I'm telling you, come rock out with your boy. Come play some MMOs with us, man. Hop on in the Discord, all right? If you want to stay up to date with me, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Twitch, where I stream the live monthly updates, all right? I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.